Thing put in there, ladies and gentlemen. We got a packed broadcast today. So much to talk about, and this is what I'm going to do today. I will be bringing you some updates coming from Ground Zero, from FACO, from Bamenda, and other issues also. And then at the end of the day, I will be able to open the phone lines, to have your contributions coming from Ground Zero. Again, I will be bringing you information, updates on the ghost towns of today and the lockdowns, of course. Also, we'll be talking about Paul Atanganji, ladies and gentlemen, is in Bamenda announcing the war is over and Paul Biya has won. Paul Atanganji, the lunatic. Again, he was in Bamenda today, declaring an end to the war, and of course, claiming victory for La République du Cameroon. I will also be bringing you some updates about the Mawutu incident that took place Sunday, the 10th of January. We are hearing of some abductions that are taking place in the Mutengene of the victims of that incident. In the meantime, I would like to bring you this piece of intelligence that was sent to me this morning. This piece of intelligence was sent to me this morning, and this is the information that I got, ladies and gentlemen. The military has taken up residence. If you are anywhere in Mutengene, between my 16 Boya down to Mutengene, listen to this very, very attentively. The military has taken residence in the second building in my 14, Dibanda, my 14, Dibanda. Again, this is intelligence. The military, which means French Cameroon terrorist soldiers, have taken up residence in a second building in my 14, Dibanda, just as you climb from Mutengene to Boya. The building is a first-story building on the right. As you climb from Mutengene to Boya, the building is the first-story building on the right side of the road. As you just finished climbing the Dibanda hill from Mutengene, I saw them. Now, this is my informant. He says, I saw them yesterday evening holding a meeting in front of the building. And this morning, I have confirmed their stay in the house, as their uniforms were washed and dried in front on the first floor. Now he continues, he says, some IDPs are staying in the same building on the ground floor. This contingent of soldiers are mainly the bees and regular military. They are the ones who stand along the road between Mutengene and my 15. So please, if you are anywhere in that vicinity, take this very, very seriously. French Cameroon terrorist soldiers taking up residence at my 14. Round about the area of Dibanda, Dibanda hill from Mutengene. So if you live around there, be very, very careful. They could even hide in the bushes to track you down. So this piece of information is very, very important. It's very, very important. Of course, the restoration forces, they are very much aware of that locality, and I guess they know what to do. But for the civilian population, it is very, very important that if you are moving around that vicinity, know that there are French Cameroon terrorist soldiers hiding in that building, and they assume that nobody knows they are there. Thank you, gentlemen out there, for the intelligence. All right, other subjects, ladies and gentlemen, other subjects that I like to bring to you today. We have also received no, before I get there, let me bring this other story to you. We have learned that soldiers went into Baptist Hospital in Mutengene. Let me locate that story. Soldiers went into Baptist Hospital in Mutengene today at around 4 p.m. They went into the Baptist Hospital where a number of Mautu massacre victims were being hospitalized, and abducted young boys of the ages between 16 and 20. They went into Baptist Hospital in Mutengene. I think the hospital is along Mutengene Boya Road. But French Cameroon terrorist soldiers, they went into that hospital, Baptist Hospital in Mutengene, and they abducted young boys aged between 16 and 20. And these guys were victims of Mautu incident being treated at that hospital. Now they took those boys away. We don't know what is going to happen to them or has happened to them. They may have been killed. We are waiting to find out. So please, we want you to know that French Cameroon soldiers, they are moving into hospitals in our territory, abducting the sick from their sick bed and taking them to their slaughter zones to kill them. This information is very, very important, and if you are on Twitter, you need to tweet about this. If you are on Twitter, you need to tweet that French Cameroon soldiers is moving into hospitals, and you should quote the example of Baptist Hospital in Mutengene, where they walk in and pull out victims of their own genocide, and we don't know where they are. We just don't know what has happened to those boys. Now we are told after they abducted these boys, they came back again. They came back again for a second time. Now when they came the first time and abducted the boys, they were in civil. They were not in uniforms. They were not wearing uniforms. After again, they came back a second time in uniform and walked around the hospital. They didn't pick anybody at that time, but that is what is going on. That is what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, in our territory, and that is why our resolve must be unshakable. Our resolve must be unshakable. They cannot kill our brothers, kill our fathers, kill our sisters, and then walk into the hospitals where those who survive are being treated and whisk them off, abduct them to unknown destinations. At this moment, we cannot tell whether this one they abducted this morning in Baptist Hospital, they are alive or dead. No idea. But we send a message to them so they know that we know that that is what they are doing. And please, again, this is very, very important. If you are on Twitter, go out there and tweet to the powers that matter that that is what is going on in the southern Cameroons. That they are not only killing us, they are abducting those who survive into death zones, slaughter zones for the killings. That is very, very important. We got to do that. Please, if you are on Twitter, make sure you got this information out there. Make sure you got this information out there. The other day we also learned that the same thing was happening, I think, in a corner. After the Mautu incident, I guess some people were in hospital. No, some of the victims were actually picked up and taken to they call it in French procureur or something like that. In English, it is attorney general, something like that. And the victims were being indoctrinated not to mention, not to reveal or disclose that it was French Cameroon terrorist soldiers that came into that vicinity that afternoon, Sunday afternoon, and slaughtered 11 people. In fact, we have more than 11 people killed now because some died later in the hospitals. But we must pin this on the Cameroon soldiers because they did it and they had a pedigree in doing this. They did this in Kumba, they did this in Pinyin, they did this in Bali, they did this in Garibu. They've done it again and again and again and again. And one thing that keeps on surprising me, ladies and gentlemen, well, it doesn't surprise me anymore. Then you hear the international community telling Cameroon, you must investigate. How do you tell a thief, a murderer, to investigate its own crimes? How do you tell a murderer to go out and investigate his own crimes? That is not possible. See, it's a joke that we're hearing from the international community. La République du Cameroon should go out and investigate its own crimes? That is not possible. So, since the world and the powers that be will not protect Ambazonians, will not protect Southern Cameroonians, ladies and gentlemen, everybody on ground zero is empowered. Whatever that you can do to protect yourself, to protect your community, you got to do it. You got to do it. You cannot take down enough of La République du Cameroon army. You cannot take them down enough. All right. I think I'm digressing here a little bit, but this is very, very important. Okay, now let me move to the next subject here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, I'm coming to FACO later at the end of the day. This is very, very important. I'd like you to listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. This is Paul Atanganji. Paul Atanganji speaking in Bamenda this morning. Listen.
My pleasure to tell all of you that President Paul Biya has won the war against the secessionists and the terrorists. It is clear that what we are seeing today, we have pockets of resistance who, as we can make it and underline it, are trying as much as possible to maintain this order. But I can say that is what we see, that those are the last kicks of a dying horse because they are desperate. My pleasure to tell all of you that President Paul Biya has won the war against the secessionists and the terrorists. It is clear that what we are seeing today, we have pockets of resistance who, as we can make it and underline it,
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Paul Atanganji this morning in Bamenda, addressing one of the so-called security meetings. He told the audience gathered there with him that the war is over and Paul Biya has won. Paul Biya has won the war. This guy is a joker. I mean, look at his face. Do you see anything serious about him? Look at Paul Atanganji's face. Anything serious about this gentleman? He looks like a thug of a man. Now, Paul Atanganji says, the war is over, and Paul Biya has won the war, and only a pocket of resistance is still left out there. And I am warning, he says, I am warning the parents of those children to pull them out of the bush, else we will do it by force. They've been saying this for 4 years. They created the DD arrows. The DD arrows are standing there empty. And we still have the Ambazonian fighters out there doing what they know best, defending Ambazonia and going after French Cameroon soldiers one after the other. It's a shame that Paul Atanganji will come and sit in Bamenda, manage to enter Bamenda, manage to pass through Matazam. If actually he dropped there, he must have landed there by helicopter. Atanganji could not drive from Yaoundé to Bamenda. He had to fly through helicopter. Somebody should ask Paul Atanganji, if you're listening to me, sir, how did you get to Bamenda today? You didn't drive to Bamenda. First of all, there are no roads there. You flew because you didn't want to pass through Matazam. Have you forgotten Matazam only a week ago, sir? Have you forgotten Ingi only 2 weeks ago, sir? And you said the war is over and the war has been won? Who won the war? If anybody has won the war, it is the Ambazonia restoration fighters, because they have been able to hold your so-called trained army in their canals for all these 4 years. You boast of a trained army that cannot defeat a ragtag boys put together defending their territory. Well, Mr. Paul, I'd like you to know from here that La Republique is never winning this war, sir. A few weeks ago, you guys were running around and thinking that you have captured the territory and everything was looking fine. And you were looking forward with excitement to hosting your so-called Chan in Victoria. Where are you today? Where are you today? Do you see what is happening in Fako, in Victoria, in Boya, in Tico, in Moyoka? Why have you saturated the towns or the cities with your army in civil? Is that victory? Is that really victory, Mr. Paul? That is not victory. Any victory that we see out there is on the side of the Ambazonia Restoration Forces, and that is exactly what the international media is reporting. They are not reporting of victories for the Cameroon army. They are reporting of victories for the Ambazonia army and the restoration fighters. Mr. Paul, you should be very much ashamed of the manipulations you bring out there, the lies you put out there, and I can promise you by this time next year, we will still be fighting. We will still be fighting. Ambazonia restoration fighters will still be out there doing exploits. I can assure you, sir, I doubt whether you will be there then. I doubt whether Paul Biya will still be there. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not forget one thing. Let me tell you guys something here. These guys, the likes of the Atanganji, they have put their own lives and their own families on the line for one dead man called Paul Biya. Do they realize Paul Biya will not be there by this time next year? Do they realize that? I mean, by this time next year, Paul Biya will not be there. The same people whom Paul Biya has put in dungeons, in jails in his territory, by this time next year, I bet you those people will be celebrating. Because I can assure you, Biya will leave the scene before them. All the persecuted people, they will leave to see Mr. Biya gone. And we will wonder what will happen to the Atanganjis, the Gerard Ngala, and so on and so forth. We will see what will happen to them. So, ladies and gentlemen, somebody, if you know Paul Atanganji, tell him the war is far from being won by Paul Biya. In fact, he will never win this war because he will not be alive to see the end of this war. Paul Biya won't be alive to see the end of this war. We will outlive Paul Biya. The Ambazonia Restoration Forces will outlive Paul Biya and the Atanganjis. That's a fact. So please, let's take his words as a message coming from a lunatic out there in Bamenda. Now, talking about Bamenda, we continue to monitor, ladies and gentlemen, the shutting down of shops in Bamenda. We at the interim government, we have not yet declared a lockdown in Bamenda because we are hoping that the mayors and the DOs and so on in Bamenda will develop some wisdom to understand that the pressure they are putting on the people in Bamenda is not necessary. And we do not want to be in a rush to go and declare a lockdown in Bamenda just because we have already won them. Yes, we have won them, but we are being patient enough. We are being patient enough before declaring any lockdown in Bamenda, and we want to believe that no shops were shut down in Bamenda today. We have not gotten any news of any shops shut down in Bamenda today, despite the fact that there was lockdown, ghost town in Bamenda. In fact, I don't know, Atanganji says the war is won, but he was in the ghosted Bamenda today, and he still had the infantry to tell us that the war is won. Bamenda was sealed. The shops were shut down. Everything was shut down, except for those workers who are being forced to go and sleep in their offices upstation Bamenda, in the council premises in Bamenda. They are forced to go and sleep there on Sunday night to be able to work Monday, ghost town day. Again, we are monitoring this situation in Bamenda, and we have already extended our warnings to the mayor, the colonial mayor of Bamenda, or to call it Bamenda 2, I guess. So, other than that, everything is looking good in Bamenda. All of that part of Ambazonia, completely ghosted. The people at home, I called there to find out, and I was told nobody just have no idea what is happening, apart from a few gunshots which were heard at the hospital runabout today. But besides that, they don't even know who was shooting, whether it was the Ambazonia restoration fighters or La Republique du Cameroon terrorist soldiers that were shooting. They have no idea. But they was shooting in Bamenda, and everybody was locked home. Everybody was home for ghost town today. Tomorrow, please, we ask you, all of you in Bamenda, go out for your business. Go out, do your business. We have not yet declared ghost town or lockdown in Bamenda until further notice. When the need comes, we will inform you so you know when that is coming up. But for now, please go about your business and report any incidents of shop sealing that you see to the interim government. All right. Now let us move on to the next subject here, ladies and gentlemen. I forgot to mention this. Let me get to this very important subject here. This is a development here at ABC. At ABC, we are trying to add programming here on a daily basis. We're trying to add programming here on a daily basis. And of course, we are also asking all the time if you are able to volunteer to produce an educative, informative, entertaining show. You're more than welcome to contact us with the idea of your show, and we will discuss it and see if we can take it on ABC. But I'm happy to come to you with this announcement, especially for those of you in Africa watching by way of satellite from any part of Africa. Every morning, we are introducing an English learning show. An English learning show on ABC, and it will be brought to you by English professionals, English teaching teachers, professional teachers in English. So we want to encourage those of you on ground zero in particular, and in the refugee camps, if you have ABC anywhere around you, please let your children tune on to ABC and learn some English lessons. We started that today, actually. Some of you may have watched it already, but we're going to be bringing those English lessons. They are very, very professionally presented in the easiest way that anyone would understand. So please mark your calendar every morning on ABC. Every morning on ABC, we're bringing you at least an hour of English lessons. And as time goes on, we will try to see if we can add some other lessons in this. We can do an hour of English lessons, do another hour of maybe mathematics. We can do another hour of maybe some technical stuff. If you have an idea out there, forward it to us. It is very important. It is very, very important. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let me move to FACO. This is very, very important. Very, very important. First of all, I like to appreciate all of our restoration fighters. All of our restoration fighters on behalf of the interim government. Those of you who are out there putting your lives on the line in Boya, in Tico, in Victoria, in Moyoka, to make sure that this so-called Chan African championship tournament doesn't take place in Victoria. On behalf of the interim government, we thank you and we appreciate you. Some of you have lost your lives, but we want you to know, those of us who are left alive will never allow your loss to go in vain. We will continue to defend Ambazonia with the last breath and with everything that is within us. And this appeal is the same appeal that I make to every one of you Ambazonians out there. We must never let the killings of our own go in vain. Not at this moment in this struggle. Not at this moment in this struggle. So, again, on behalf of the interim government, I want to thank all of you. I don't care what camp you belong in out there. I don't care what camp you belong to in FACO, but listen, all that matters is seeing this so-called chain stop in our territory. We must not allow it happen. You hear Paul Atanganji sending a message in Bamenda that the war has been won. Just imagine Chan should take place in Victoria. Imagine the message they will send out. Ladies and gentlemen, even if it means you are a lone shooter, go out and do something to stop that tournament taking place in Victoria. It is a must do for all of us, and to send a very, very critical message to the international community that Ambazonia owns the land, because they've been wanting to know who owns the land. Let us take the message to the international community that Ambazonia owns Ambazonia. Ambazonia runs Ambazonia. Ambazonia controls Ambazonia. This is the message we want the international community to understand. Now we have called for a lockdown in FACO, all of FACO County. That means tomorrow, starting tomorrow, the 19th, Tuesday the 19th, there shall be no movement whatsoever in the county called FACO. You cannot leave Victoria to Mutengene. You cannot leave Mutengene to Victoria. You cannot leave Mutengene to Boya or to Moyoka, Ekona, Tico. You cannot move anywhere tomorrow. And talk less of that match they plan to play in the stadium in Victoria tomorrow. You enter any bus going forward between today and the 27th, between today and the 27th of this month, please avoid any bus, no matter how small the bus may be. avoid taking any bus to any destination within Fako. And please, if you are leaving Douala, if you think that you can leave Douala to Fako this week, that road is going to be shut down. And you dare take a bus or a car trying to go to Douala, you do so at your own risk. You do so at your own risk. So please, please, these are the instructions. There are going to be no movements in all of Fako beginning tomorrow, all the way to the 27th of this month. But let me clarify this. Lockdown is tomorrow, the 19th, and then the next one will be the 23rd. The next one will be the 26th, and the last one will be the 27th. There shall be no lockdown on the 20th, and the 21, and the 22, no lockdowns. Then on the 25, no lockdown. Even so, ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to find anyone in a bus. We don't want to find anyone in a bus going anywhere. Even when there is no lockdown in Fako within those few days, there will be no one entering or taking any bus to any destination. I'd like to make this very, very clear. 19, tomorrow, Tuesday, is lockdown. The 20th, no lockdown. 21, no lockdown. 22, no lockdown. However, we do not want to see anybody, any civilian in any bus. Now, I also want to add this. We have learned that French Cameroon is driving around in mass buses. For example, they will come around in a bus that is marked as a Maggi van, a Maggi vending bus, or maybe a Pamplemousse vending bus. They are marking these buses in different colors so that when you find them, you think that, oh, this bus is coming from Pamplemousse or so-called brasseries. This bus is coming from Maggi Company. Before you know, they stop by you, they pick you up, and they dump you in that bus, and they take you away. So please, we are warning. We don't care what kind of bus this is going to be, but we don't want to see any bus, transport bus, business bus, anywhere in Victoria or in all of Fako on the 20th, on the 21st, on the 22nd. Of course, 23rd is lockdown. Then 24th, nothing. 25, nothing. 26 is lockdown. 27 is lockdown. I hope I have made this clear enough, ladies and gentlemen. So please stay home, because this lockdown will be unlike any one that we had before. This lockdown will be unlike any other one that we had before. We must stop La République du Cameroun hosting a foreign tournament in our territory. If they take their players to the stadium, well, if they can, well, the world will see. The world will see. The only people in that stadium would have been French Cameroon military dressed as civilians. And that would have meant a lot. That would have meant a lot. Of course, I know that doesn't mean anything to them, because they will go and announce and tell the international community, oh, you know, many people didn't show up because we asked them to stay home because of COVID-19. That's a message they will pass out there. But please, we do not want to be accomplices in the victory, in any effort that leads to those matches taking place in Victoria. So stay home. When we say lockdown, it is lockdown. You must have realized what is going on in Victoria, in Boya, that in spite of the heavy presence of their military in Ambazonia, in Fako, the restoration forces are still going about looking for their targets and going after them and bringing them down. We are resolved. We are resolved. Chan will not take place in the southern Cameroons. So please, The role you play out there is very, very important. You can help this effort by staying home if you are a civilian. Stay home. Do not move. You move, you go out and get shot by a stray bullet, you have yourself to blame. This is very, very, very important. Very, very important. So please, let us continue. For those of us in the diaspora, continue to call your diplomatic offices, the diplomatic offices belonging to Rwanda. Call their offices. Call the ambassadors in Europe. Call them in the USA. The ambassadors of Rwanda. The ambassadors of Guinea. The ambassadors of Tanzania. The ambassadors of, which are the other countries again? I think Togo. Togo is there. Zambia. Is it Zambia? Zambia is there. So it's Zambia, Togo, Rwanda, Tanzania, Namibia, and one other country. 6 of them. Please, if you are in Europe or the USA, call their embassies and let those ambassadors know that Ambazonia is not safe for them. Let them pull out their teams before they get in the middle of fire between Ambazonia forces and French Cameroon forces. Also, do not forget Twitter. Twitter is waiting. Go on Twitter now and tweet no Chan, no to Chan, no to Chan in a war zone. Yes, that is a tweet. No to Chan in the war zone, Ambazonia or Southern Cameroon. No to Chan in the war zone. Or, no to Chan in the war zone in Ambazonia or the Southern Cameroons. That should be your tweet, and make sure you tag the people that matter. This is very, very important, ladies and gentlemen. We are really hoping that our Ambazonia, our restoration forces will continue to put on the bravery we have seen in the last few days, until we have heard the announcement that Chan is pulled out of the Southern Cameroons, that Chan is pulled out of Victoria. The ball is in our court. Let us do it. It is not late, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, that thing goes on till the 27th. If we can stop them anytime in the course of that competition, is victory. It doesn't only take stopping them tomorrow. If we can stop them any day, to the extent that they say, you know what, we can't play these matches here, and they take it out, that is victory. So we have enough time to do this. We have enough time to go after them between tomorrow and the 27th of January. Let us all be active, proactive, while the restoration forces are going after their targets. Okay, I hope I make it clear enough. What else do I have to bring to you today? I think I've exhausted the messages I had to bring to you today. I've exhausted those messages, and before I open the phone lines, I would like to appreciate the forces in Bui, the Bui warriors. You guys are wonderful. You guys are courageous. You are brave. We've learned of the pulling out of some French Cameroon soldiers out of Bui. And they have not just pulled out of Bui, they are pulling out because they cannot match the restoration forces in Bui, the Bui warriors. Please, your flag is up. Your flag is very, very, very high up there. You are brave and courageous and resilient. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will at this moment open the phone lines, and I would like to hear from you and hear what you think about what has been going on for the past few days. What has been going on for the past few days. So please, go ahead. For those of you with a phone line, go ahead, make your phone call. And before you call, however, make sure that your make sure that your telephone set is turned down. The volume is turned down, please. Make sure the volume is turned down. While you call, I promise I will be right back in less than 1 minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying put in there. Now the phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. Again, before you call, make sure that the volume of your set is tuned down. Before you call, make sure that the volume of your set is tuned down. So please, the phone lines are open. I want to hear about the ghost towns and the lockdown in Fako, in Meme, in Victoria. I want to know what is happening there. So please go ahead and pick up the phone and let us hear what is going on in your neck of the wood. It is the people's hour, the people's time right now. All right. All right. The phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. I hope this phone is not blocked. Let me make sure that this connection is okay. All right. All right. Getting the first caller here from ground zero. Hello. 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 Lost that caller. All right. I hope you can call back. Okay, again, the phone lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and make your phone call. But again, in the meantime, I really want to encourage every one of us to take to Twitter. Take to Twitter and tweet. No to Chan in a war zone. No to Chan in a war zone in the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia. That should be your tweet, and make sure that the right people are tagged with that message, please. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Please turn down the volume of your television. Turn down the volume of your TV.
Yeah, hello.
Turn down the volume of your TV, please.
I return it evening.
All right, good evening. Where are you calling from, please?
From Bamenda.
Okay. What is going on in Bamenda, sir?
Yeah, I want to say that in Bamenda main market, that we see the story, see that it's come of signs that they open it on Monday.
Oh, so the sit-down shops in Bamenda main market, and they are asking the traders to come and sign some documents for the shops to be open on Monday?
On Monday, yeah, in Queen, that we see that we go and sign, that we already open it. They're opening it even on Monday.
In Queen is opening on Monday?
Yes.
They were open today?
is there.
Okay. But you are sure that the food market in Bamenda was sealed today?
No, I'm not seeing the one shop that is just sealed.
Or they just do it randomly?
Yes.
Okay. And when people go and sign, what do they expect from them?
You look at it, they say that if you go there, they'll say that you should sign on Monday, they come and open. If not, they'll not open your store.
Okay. Are they asking them to pay any money when they sign or what?
No, always sign.
All right. Okay. Thank you for the information. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let's see who else is here. Hello, sir.
Hello, good evening, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
Yeah, this is Mr. Jude from Denmark. I'm calling from Denmark, Secretary Chris.
Thank you for the call, sir. What is in your mind?
Yeah, there's something that I would like to really talk about. This struggle or this fight is not only in the hands of the Ambazonia restoration fighters. Everybody, all the Ambazonians, they are fighters.
Correct.
So, if they are talking that tomorrow nobody should go out, nobody should go out, because for the past years, it's very clear. The people of Boya and Victoria have not been respecting Ghost Town. We should all expect. We should all expect. The Ghost Town has not been effective because the people in Boya and Victoria have not been respecting it.
But hold on there. This is not the time to apportion blame. This is the time to encourage people to go out and stop Chan.
Secretary Chris, they are not begging people in the struggle. You are either in or out. You are either in or out.
That is correct. That is correct. That is
BLM fighting.
That is
people in Manu, people in the BLM fighting, and the rest. It should be even. If people in a particular area are not fighting, they should come out there. I cannot be seeing people in the BLM every day fighting, people in Manu fighting, Jian, and some areas in the northern zone, and we are pampering people. It's not like that.
Sir,
the people should respect.
Listen. I do not disagree with you. I am saying those are things we can talk over after this so-called Chan is over. In fact, it provides us a better opportunity to assess exactly the performance of the people on the ground there.
Okay, Secretary, because I'm just like saying that we shouldn't expect the restoration forces to do everything. The people, the population as well, the Ambazonians should collaborate.
No, you are very correct. The population owe us obedience to the lockdowns and the ghost towns. And then they can live.
Now, if we say ghost towns and people still go and watch the match, that's the problem. That's the problem.
Well, you go out and you go out to watch the match and you end up in the mortuary. You would not say you were not one. Thank you for the call. All right. Let me see who is next on the line. Hello, sir. Hello. Okay, missed that. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Hello, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from Bamenda, Northern Zone.
Okay, what is going on there, sir?
Okay, yes. Yeah, first of all, I want to comment on the Mr. Paul Atakaji's pronouncement this morning in Bamenda.
Okay.
To me, that is accepting defeat. That's accepting, because even creeping babies know that creeping babies know that this war is far, it's not only far from over, but they can never win it. So these people are very desperate to give the impression that they are winning. That's why a rascal like Atanganji can come up and say that nonsense. And also to give the impression to the international community that it is well, so that challenge should not be called off. Because so far, situation in Faku prove that that competition should be called off. A situation in Faku, but they are making this pronouncement to give the impression that it is well, so that those who are responsible to call up the competition should not call it off. It's as simple as that. Then secondly, to cue for the former fight, for the last caller, this thing, we have been seeing it from the beginning. Every Ambazonian must collaborate to send these evil people out of this country. Look, I have the impression that many Ambazonians do not really understand who these Francophones are. These Francophones are demons. What have they not done to us since 1961? What have they not done to us? We have lost more than 15,000 people, hundreds of villages. What are we waiting for to stand up one people and send them out of here? It is very, very astonishing that some people think only the restoration fighters should take care of them. No, that is an error. The day we will feel enough pain and stand up together, this thing will be this thing will be through in a matter of weeks. Also, if we think that the international community will come and take care of this situation, I think we are fooling ourselves. They have proven it. They have proven. Yeah, because in this place, we know that the international community, most of them, especially countries like France, they like the fact that we kill ourselves. There's a conspiracy theory going on that they want the population of Africa to reduce. You think they'll come here? There's a theory also that they are trying to bring vaccines here to reduce the population of Africa. You think they will come here to stop the killings that are going on? We must stand up. We must stand up. I continue to say it. We Ambazonia must stand up, send out these demons, and then build a paradise in our country, because that's what our country potentially is. So let us be serious. This is a fight for all of us. I don't know what these people will do to us again that will cause us to be angrier than what they have done to us already.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I get your point. Let's see if we can get to other callers, but your point is well taken. Of course, this war cannot be fought only by the restoration forces alone. The civilians have to do their part, and FACO in particular. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
Yes, I'm calling from G.
You're calling from Ngi. Wow, I am so glad to hear that. Watching on television?
Yes.
How
so
is
how is it, Secretary?
I am doing fine, sir. How is Ngi? How was Ngi today?
No, Ngi was calm. He was calm today.
Are they still chasing you guys after the incident that led to the killing of there 5 soldiers?
No, they cannot. They cannot go out of that their place. They cannot go up. If they try, they will get it, because they have learned from their errors.
Okay, good. So what do you call today to contribute, sir?
Yes, I want to add my voice to the brothers that have just called, complaining that Boya and Limbe is not respecting Ghost Town. I just want to put a small advice that we should not bother about the Boya and Limbe. We know so many people there are Francophones, so they pay them not to respect Ghost Town, and they are sending them to come and disobey our law. So
yeah,
that is why they are.
You know what? Hold on there. There is a phenomenon that we are beginning to see in the course of this war. You go to, you see Victoria, for example, Boya, for example. You go up to Bamenda, you see Nkwen, for example, up station Bamenda. Wherever you find a good settlement that is predominantly or where you have a good number of Francophones living, they don't respect the ghost town. They don't respect the ghost town. And I don't know what the forces are waiting to go after these settlements. I just don't know.
As I'm talking to you like this, I'm one of the restoration forces in Gi, and I am not around Gi now like this. I am going toward Batibu to go and add myself with my brothers in the southern zone. you people will hear from us. I promise.
So you are leaving from Ngi all the way to the southern zone.
Correct. Perfect.
You are a hero. God bless you and God protect you, and we hope that you will go back home from there.
God will bless you guys also.
All right, stay safe, sir.
You people should just listen and hear from us these days.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Good
sir.
to hear from you. God bless.
Thank you.
Okay, that is interesting. That is very interesting that this guy will be traveling all the way from Gi to this place, to Fako. Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Where are you calling from? Yes, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Southern Zone, Victoria.
Okay, so what is going on in Victoria, sir?
Yeah, today in Victoria have really respected the ghost town for today.
Well, because I guess they are forced. They had no choice, right?
Yeah, and the military are all over the place, and our restoration force should be very careful because they are using private cars. They are not using their armor cars. So they are using private cars to get to them. So they should be very careful.
So the military is using private cars going around.
Yeah, Avensis, Honda's car, and some Pajero, some Hilux white.
And now
So
we also learned that they are disguising buses with labels belonging to companies. Like, for example, they can paint a bus and put the logo of Maggi or put the logo of chocolate.
That's correct. That's correct. That's true. And they use Omo. They use. Yes.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on. I hear you.
Yeah, and they're all around with women. Most of the girls are around the town military women, gendarmerie, and other police women that disguised in civilian attire, making as if there are ladies around town to get information and then give the information to the people that with their walking, talking all about them. So our restoration force should be very careful for that.
Now tell me, what have you heard about the attack in Seme, Down Beach?
Yeah, the attack was about 45 minutes gunshot today, and the colonial governor have to call the deal to send more forces down to Batoke, all over that way. They are arresting people, they are doing kale, catching people and keeping them until the march tomorrow will pass. So that's what they are doing now.
Okay.
Any young man who is moving around town, they arrest you.
Or they find any young man moving around town, they pick you up.
They pick you up and lock you up.
To when? To after the matches, all the matches are over, or what? I guess they don't want people going out to attend, going out for the matches.
They themselves are not confident in themselves because they are moving right inside quarter, like Church Street behind where those free girls are. They are there behind. All of them are there like they are young men also, which they are dressed to get information. So they are moving all over the place here in Victoria, hiding themselves, claiming to be those who don't even know English. They are trying to speak English now as if they have lost their road to get information that they are looking for so and so place. They are making a stranger who have come to watch the football match.
Yeah. But but when they are actually security, French Cameroon security, these guys, right?
Yes, they are French Cameroon, the colonial government security. They have disguised themselves, and they are doing that just to get information and they know how to target all from Moliwe right to Motengere in those palm nuts, those palm trees. They are inside the bushes there with their mattress. Their mattress seen from Saturday. And
the military is hiding inside the palm trees along Moliwe, Maifo, Victoria since the 4th.
Yeah, inside up to the area of the fee, around the fee, the new layout around the fee. They are there, and they have warned people should not be moving there anyhow. Civilians should not be going there anyhow.
Now, this hotel in Down Beach, that where the explosion took place, that hotel is hosting some of the players, correct?
Yes, I think the Tanzania team is there. I think it's the Tanzania team that is being hosted there. And under the bridge, under those bridges there, before reaching the hotel, the military are there. They are there. They are under there.
Right.
They are hiding out there. And in botanical garden, they are inside. All of them, they are there.
Of course, they should be there. But in spite of that,
yes,
in spite of that, the restoration forces were able to bypass them, get into that vicinity, and blew up something there.
Yeah, we appreciate the restoration forces. The guys are very smart and they are full with a lot of experience, and we say God should protect them and bless them for the fight, because they are doing great jobs, and we thank them for what they are doing, because they are controlled with wisdom, and they attack when it is necessary to attack. They don't just, I want to beg people not to put blame on them. They are doing their work, and you know, Victoria is a place that there are so many forests are not there, and they are battling with the town and with the sea. So for now, they should just allow the fighters to do what they are doing, and to take it the way they have planned. Make their plan for that for now.
That is wonderful. What are you hearing in Boya? We learned that there was an explosion in the Moliko Stadium.
Moliko Stadium, around Moliko Stadium, there was 30. I called there, I got that there was 30 minutes of gunshot there, exchange of gunshot, but I've not really gotten the information well. But they said today in Moliko, they have to burn one car in Boya also, and it was gunshot there in Moliko.
Now, before I came live, I got information that all their practice sessions for the Chan have now been cancelled in the Moliko Stadium in Boya, and everything they are taking it down to Victoria. Have you heard anything like that?
Yes, that is a rumor that is going on, because even before the march of Rwanda, Rwanda wanted to take place in their colonial country, Douala. The light went off the light were off in the start, everything. So the people are even confused right in their own place.
Okay, that is wonderful. That is what. Please keep your ears and your eyes open, and get back to me with anything that you get on the ground there. Okay.
Okay, sir. You will get any information that is valuable for me. I will give you till tomorrow. I will be talking with you even after this program.
All right. Good. You have a great day and be safe.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good. That is wonderful. All right. Let me see who else is on the line here. Hello, sir. This is a bad connection. I think this is a bad connection. That's a bad connection. Oh. All right, let me see. Hello.
This is a bad connection.
Hello. 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 Hello, sir. May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from Ground Zero.
Which county?
Bamenda. Hello.
Okay, what is in your mind, sir?
I want to just...
Please, before you call, shut down the volume of your set. Don't call when the volume of your set is turned on. Make sure that the volume of your TV is turned down before you call, because I hear a lot of noise in the background there. I hear a lot of noise in the background there. All right. Why I received this call, fellow Ambazonians, please, I just want to remind you, if you have not yet downloaded ABC app, please go out, download ABC app so you can watch ABC 24/7. Go to Play Store and download ABC app so you can watch ABC 24/7. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Yes, where are you
Hello.
calling? May I know where you are calling from, please?
I'm calling from ground zero.
Okay, where precisely on ground zero?
The capital city.
The capital city, the federal capital city, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, I'm sure you've heard the recent callers. They are not very happy with all of you at the capital city. Tell me, how was Ghost Town Day today?
No, here there's nothing like ghost town in the capital city.
Even today?
We are talking about the Yaoundé. We're
Oh.
talking about Yaoundé here.
Come on, and you call
There's
it
not-
capital? You call Yaoundé capital city for Ambazonians? That was a colonial capital.
Yes, colonial capital. That is what I mean.
That's the right word.
Yes, colonial capital. My little worry is that I will really appreciate if you can make a voice message and send to most of Ambazonians so that people should actually be very, very careful with the oncoming days so that the restoration forces should know that any vehicle that is parading the street, whether it's a private car or what kind of car, should be considered an enemy. So that the civilians who are Ambazonians should be careful. Nobody should come out on those days.
Well,
With that kind of
restoration
information, it is
forces,
going to go.
the restoration forces, they know better than you and I. And for the civilians, we have passed the message to them to stay home. Nothing like a bus on any street, even on days that are not lockdown days. No buses on the street. You take a bus to anywhere and you fall in between bullets. That is your trouble. That is your trouble. You will have nobody to blame for that. So the civilians have been adequately warned. Okay?
Yes. Why I'm saying so is because it's not everybody who has the opportunity watching you live now. So a message, a voice message to the people will do a lot of good to the people.
All right. That makes sense. Thank you for the call. We'll do that.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Let's see who next is on the line. Hello. Please don't call when your television volume is right high up. We need your volume to be turned down. Your volume should be turned down before you call. Your volume should be turned down before you call. And let me just quickly make this announcement again. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, you want to watch ABC 24/7, go to Play Store, download ABC app, and you can watch ABC 24/7. Even when we are not live on the social media, you will still be able to watch ABC 24/7. This is a bad connection. All right, I will take maybe about 2-3 more callers, and then I will call it for the day. Let me see. Somebody is sending a message here. Okay. All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sexy Chris. Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. May I know where you are calling from, please?
Yes, I'm calling from the southern zone, precisely Meme.
Precisely Meme. Okay, wonderful. K-Town, correct?
Yes.
How was Ghost Town Day today?
Ghost Town was perfectly 100%.
I know Kumba has been very, very tenacious during this time, and we appreciate all of you out there. When shops in Kumba were sealed, the rest of the traders all stood up in solidarity with the traders whose shops were sealed up, and eventually the colonial mayor surrendered. Thank you guys for that. So what do you have in your mind today?
No, we just want to appreciate the fighters, and we like to tell them that we are giving them a 21 gun salute for what they are doing.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes. And that we are keeping them in prayers, and that God should continue to give them wisdom. And we also want to pray that all our sisters and brothers should keep themselves indoors, to advise their children to stop this rampant movement. We have gotten information from the advice from the bishop, our bishop, that we should stay indoors, and also one of the generals who advised us to stay indoors, especially during this CAN football festivity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So we just want to tell all the Southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, that they should stay fast, keep themselves indoors, continue to pray for their children, continue to pray for our total restoration, and continue to pray for our final freedom.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for your bravery, for your resilience down there on ground zero. You guys are the one taking the bullets, running from location to location every day. I just pray that you guys will all remain protected and safe. God bless. Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. That was a wonderful call there from K-Town. Let me see where this other caller is calling from. Hello. Hello. All right. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Chris.
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Yes,
May I
hello,
know where
Chris.
you're calling
Good
from,
evening.
please?
Yes, hello.
Hello. Good evening, sir. May I know where you're calling
Yes,
from,
I'm
please?
calling from Southern Zone, precisely. Yes, from Southern
Precisely
Zone,
where?
Ikondo Titi, precisely.
Oh, Ikondo Titi. Okay.
Ikondo
All right. Good to hear your voice, sir.
Titi, precisely.
Okay. What do you have in your mind?
Yes, I was just want
You are breaking up, sir.
to pass you this.
You are breaking up. You are breaking up. That's a bad connection. Please, let's get somebody who may have a better connection.
Yes,
Hello. Hello. Okay, that's a bad connection. Hello, comrade.
good evening, Sir Chris.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing in Abakwa today?
No, fine. In my house. Just to let you know that I congratulated the lady that just called,
Yes.
and then appreciating to the bishop who is taking care of his Christians, not like other head of some denomination who will not say such a thing like what the bishop have said, but protecting his Christians and asking them not to go out, and that is what we want from them. The head of denomination should be protecting the people from dying carelessly. So I
Correct.
appreciate what that leader said. And the man from Denmark, the statement should make, thank God to corrected him. We were not supposed to be making that type of sharp statement
when people are on struggle on a situation of this kind, would have been giving a kind of word of encouragement no matter what happened, and thereafter, but thank God you corrected him. And another advice to the guy of Njikwa who just spoke and explained himself on a situation like that, you don't have to explain to them your movement, because they could be easily be tracked. So let him be quiet and take his movement silently until after what they are done, then people can know what they are done. So I just called to make that correction, and most especially to thank that lady who called and spoke. And the name of the bishop he called, say he has asked them, the Christian, to be in the house. That is what we want from our head of denominations here in the Southern Cameroon. God bless you all. God bless Southern Cameroon. And anything that you speak the truth on, God protects you.
Right. Tell me.
You kill people and then you bring football to appease the minds of the people after you have killed so many people. God will never accept that. Thank you and good night to you all.
Thank you. Tell me, Paul Atanganji was there today shouting that the war was over and Paul Biya has won. Is the war over in Bamenda? Oh, I lost.
Let me just give you the answer. Is he not the very person who came last time and said, I've said it today, tomorrow, and there's no problem in Bamenda? And where are we now? And the next day he came with a peace plan. That is not the man that we should be thinking of. And if you look at his appearance, he's not talking. No, that's not the kind of man. I don't know. That is a non-event.
Yeah.
That was a kind of non-event, because you know the kind of people that can talk and you appreciate them. If we are in trouble now, if there are killings and everything, if I were the head of state, I would have long arrested him, because that is a man who tells a lot of lies, that there's no problem, and tomorrow they see problem. They went to Kumba and said they are defeated there. After the incident of the school in Kumba, what did he say there? That they have won the war there. Right?
Right,
yeah,
absolutely.
I come to here to repeat the very thing. They just do go around and announcing the defeat of war and everything. Don't be surprised tomorrow you'll be coming to Babina with peace plan. Don't forget. Forget about him. Good night.
Right. All right. Thank you for the call. You remain safe. Okay, he's gone. This guy who called me, you have been calling, and each time you call with the volume of your set turned on really high, and I cannot pick your calls because of that. I hope you turn it down now. No, your volumes are still up there. All right. I will take one more caller, and I will call it a day. Who is that luckiest person? Okay. Hello. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Can you turn down the volume of your TV, sir?
Yes, I've turned it down, sir. Can you now get me?
I can hear you 5 on 5. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Kate. I'm calling from Amenda, Abakwa.
Okay. So, what is going on there, sir? What do you have to share with us?
Well, I wish to encourage each and every Ambazonian to stay steadfast and let's not lose focus or struggle to get to Buya, and call on everyone to be patriotic. Those in Fako division, let them stay home and stay safe as we are protesting against the so-called sham they are trying to play in our territory.
All right. Thank you. What part of Bamenda are you calling from?
I'm calling from Queen.
How was that's interesting. I wanted to know how was Nkwen today with Ghost Town? Were those Bamle Keys shops still open?
No, of course the Ghost Town was observed, but some very few stores they tried to open them, but the Ghost Town was generally observed.
And these shops were still Bamle Key shops, Francophone shops?
Yeah, no, the few people that tried to open are the Bamle peoples around, but most of the shops, even the ones they did not sit open today. You know, it is the usual routine.
Right.
Yeah, and one remark I must make is good. You know, when the end of year speech, as the president said, this issue of Northwest, Southern, and Northern Zone is a form of expression of division. Let us try to educate people about the three states we have, the Midland and the East, so that I keep hearing people say North and Southern Zone. I think that was that ended in 2020.
Well, it takes time for it to settle in people's minds, right?
Yeah, it takes time to settle in people's minds, exactly.
All right. Thank you for the call, sir. You have a great day.
A better one for you, Chris.
All right. Okay. All right. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Can you turn down the volume of your TV, please?
Thank you, sir. Let me just do that, sir.
All right, quickly.
Are you getting me, sir?
I can get you now. So where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from La Republique.
Okay. What town, what city in La Republique?
Around the Mongo division, please.
Okay. What is your contribution?
Mr. Chris, I just want to thank you for what you have been doing. I just appreciate your effort. I just say the Almighty God will continue to guide you and protect you for whatever you are doing, because we are seeing what you are doing, the good work you have been doing. You go straight to the point, you say what you have to say, and it goes straight to the people. We like people like you who can run this, who have been running this crisis for this past 4 years plus. Mr. Chris, I just want to appreciate you very much for what you have been doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, we lack words, but one day we'll celebrate in Boya.
Yes, we will. You guys remain safe.
Good night.
You guys remain safe. All right. Thank you. Good night. All right. Oh my. Okay, I take this one. See, nobody is going anywhere. Hello.
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 Yes, I can hear you, sir. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Victoria. Mutengene, rather.
Okay, good to hear. Please, can you lower the volume of your TV? There's a lot of fidgeting in your background.
Yes, I'll figure it out.
Okay.
I was going to comment about the so-called. I was going to. Are you getting me?
Yes, I'm getting you.
Hello.
I'm getting you. Go on.
Hello. I was going to comment about the so-called cardinal from the Pope coming to visit whatever.
Listen. Unfortunately, there's a lot of noise in your background. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's distorting your voice.
Okay, are you getting me now?
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, Secretary Chris. I've come again.
Yes, what is going on, sir?
Yeah, let's just give this warning to some of these hotels that are launching some of these people of the chant, because this fight is a long-term fight. Even so-called chant that they are hosting here in Victoria. I'm calling from Southern Zone, Victoria again. I want to tell the people of Savar Palms, the manager of Savar Palms, to be careful. Eta Palace in Boya Hotel, to be careful, and especially to this Colonial Master in Limbe Fini Hotel that is hosting some of these people, the officials of this match, that they should be careful, and we are monitoring them step by step, and we are going to blow off anytime, anyhow. We will not disclose our plan to them, but we are monitoring them anywhere they step. We know all their hiding places. If they like, they should bring out all their colonial military. We are going to face them. Come tomorrow, come the 23rd, come the 27th, we are going to be with them head to head, foot to foot. We are not going to no retreat, no surrender. They should be very careful.
All right, thank you. I think they got it, and I think we will amplify that message because Chan will come and go, but those hotels will not go anywhere. They will remain there to face us.
Yes, even the hotel Sava Palms opposite the Colonial First Lady School, that is called Chantabia School. The managers all in those hotels should be very careful, and those guest houses, we know everywhere they are keeping those their people they are hosting, and we will get to them. And our population should be very careful. Nobody should go out because it will be an eye for an eye tomorrow.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you. You guys remain safe.
Thank you, sir.
All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I think I should bring this to an end. But before I go, just again want to remind all of you, we have ABC app out there on the Play Store. Please go there, download ABC app. When you get to Play Store, all you need to do is just search ABC TV. ABC TV, and you will see our logo, the logo that you see on a daily basis, and click on it to download it. They always ask you for a $10 subscription for a year, not for a month, but for a full year. You got to download the app just for $10 for a full year. It is very important because after we go off from the social media, from Facebook, we are still broadcasting 24/7. In fact, some of these things are rebroadcast so that those who missed it can still watch it with the app. So go to a Play Store and look for ABC TV app, download it for yourself. I really want to wish all of you, especially our restoration forces out there, the best of luck. We pray that you are protected. We pray that you are safe. We pray that you remain brave, and we pray that you are covered in the blood of Jesus as you step out into those streets to chase the enemy. Thank you. Thank you. I look forward to coming back to you possibly before the week is over. God bless you all. Again, I am Chris Ano.